Hello everyone, Indulger here back with some more Fire Emblem Heroes. This is some more Aether Raids for you. We've got a good showcase for the new Fallen Edelgard. I'm going to use her every fight this week. And this is a part 1. Don't know if we'll post a part 2. I don't know if you guys want to see more. Maybe tell me in the comments below if you're interested in seeing more FEdelgard destruction. Yeah, she's ridiculous, right? She's the bonus unit this week. I'm going to showcase a few different ways to use her as a tank, as a pseudo Gale Forcer. She can do a lot of different things. She's like an amalgamation of Kain and Surtur, and just really scary lady, man. I highly encourage you to pick her up. She's still got a banner going on, I believe, at this point. I'm showcasing, this is just a plonk. This is just, you're giving me, there's nothing. There's 2 dancers. All I need to do is, I'm just going to clear out. I'm making sure that she can handle this herself. I've got Caden here as her buddy this week. She's summoner supported, but she doesn't need it. If you're going to give me a defense panel for free with nobody has lunge, they're all range units. They can't do anything to stop me. All I have to do is make sure that nobody has a chance to come at me. There's no calves. Again, there's 2 dancers, but this is about as simple and straightforward as you get. So, as we go throughout the week, get more aggressive with her. I'm actually just doing a bunch of 50 fights just to destroy everything. That's an interesting little drawback that happened there, but with no potential dance, there's nothing they could do, and of course, Yum does nothing. So, you know, this is Edelgard at her strongest defense-wise. You know, maybe not. A Caden on a defense panel is the best you can get. But here you go. Now we're going to utilize her pseudo Gale Force. In this case, I used air to get the clip there. I probably should have actually tested that trap. This was a bad play. I should have just had Edelgard stand on that trap, and she could have immediately got that ether on the right. This is an old style setup where it's making it difficult to get that last ether. I feel like this was introduced, you know, a year or so ago. But I'm just testing some traps and then moving people along, and we're gonna clear this fight. But you know, as we watch this, please subscribe if you want to see more content to get my plug-in before we have to do anything else. And if you want to see more advanced AR stats, strategies, strats. I think I meant strats. Consider subscribing to my Discord channel as well. You can find some full details in the video description below. All right, so I got a little nervous here. I'm letting Adel tank a hit. You know, that beefy boy on the defense panel was probably going to survive that. I didn't run the math, but there you go. That's fight 1. As I said, I get more aggressive as the week goes on because I didn't know what to expect. You know, when you use a bonus unit, this is essentially playing with them as plus 10. You know, she obviously has a great ball of stats, but it's just in combination with her skills, the reduction she has. If you run Mystic Boost on her, as I am doing this week, she just becomes a sponge. You really can't break her. Now, I didn't really, or haven't fought any armor effective units at this point, but I've tested her against the mock battles opponents. Man, you really have to bring your A game to stop her. So, in this case, I'm just going to show you how being more aggressive. So I was fairly aggressive in that last fight. But at the end of the day, it was just a plonk, right? You know, you just throw her on a panel and be done with it. You know, I'm setting up here to try to get Caden to use her armored stride to test that gravity trap on the right. I'm getting tactics roomed. I did this on purpose because when I reposition with Caden, I can use aerobatics just like that, and there you go. So there's, you know, she can't die because of negating Fang, and I can't get Caden next to her quite yet. Trust me, we'll see Caden. I really think Caden is one of her best friends. You could say Corrin could work well with her. You know, you don't really need Lucy. Flame could work. Flame's a bit overkill, though. I mean, 30% reduction of a 40% reduction already is kind of, you know, not necessary. You know, Caden helps a couple different reasons. Bye-bye, Corrin. Not only does he provide stats to her, but you need to have multiple dragons or beasts to get her to transform. And this is the same problem I run with Kain all the time. And I can't think of a better option than Caden. He's been sitting on the bench for a while. He was kind of my Ike's friend. But, you know, Fallen Ike has just not aged well for me. He's too squishy in a lot of different ways. I got Panic there. And it doesn't even matter because look at that. Ding! 13 damage. Ding! You did 9 damage. I get it all back. Like, it doesn't make any difference. You really have to hit me multiple times with multiple armor effective or other strats. We're going to see some Fatal Smoke action here in a little bit, and that alone isn't enough either. I mean, that takes away a big chunk, but it's not enough. And this is a minus HP Adel at, this is neutral. So I did pull 2 of her, and I'm going to run her on both seasons. I've already prepped for next time. She's going to have another bonus unit on Astra. And making sure, you know, Caden doesn't die here. Going to collect that Aether, and then blammo. I think we can just test this trap, actually. If it is the trap, it's okay. You're going to get damage. If it isn't the trap, you're dead. So, you know, this is one of the heads I win, tails I win type scenarios where this was kind of dumb. Because I didn't really look if he had advantage or something. Maybe he could have, nah, it's fine. Adel would have got it. But there we go. On to the next one. Loading's always fun. All right, guys, how you doing? Like, I want to hear what your Adel experiences on offense or defense in the comments below. Please let me know how you're faring, man. I cannot express just how ridiculous she is. I mean, when she was introduced on the Fallen banner, I really didn't give her a second look. It was kind of similar to what was it? I guess Edelgard, Brave Adel. You know, I was like, okay, she's fine. But man, the combination of the percentage reduction and the passive healing. The passive healing is just so nice because she can function as a standalone unit. You can just throw her into situations, and unless she gets in a real pickle, she has enough sustain to deal with it. And if she can survive, she can either back off, she can do a Gale Force. I mean, one of the things I don't show this week is that it's stuff I used to do with Surtur all the time. I did get him really deep into the fray and then just pivot out. So in this case, I'm testing this. If it was the trap, I would just back off, not a big deal, and then I would do it again. It would have taken a little bit more turns, but this is I have a Milla, so this is, I have 8 turns to deal with this, and the Aether's right there. So this also has no dancers. This has absolutely no chance, because not only that, I'm also getting Caden. I'm getting Caden help. I don't really want to go anywhere. I probably should just break that Aether, but I go after the Elliewood instead. I don't know. It's whatever. It's kind of moot, because Caden's got almost full buffs. He's getting Peony help, and then I'm also getting Peony's support from the vertical line there. I'd be surprised anybody does a single point of damage to me. Okay, Olwen did 10, but she also got blasted by over 100! I really need to turn on animations. I didn't do it. I'm just trying to save some time. But in this case, this Erica is going to go pound sand here for a minute and hit that breakable structure. I didn't realize she's not running Razzle Dazzle, so I make a mistake here in a minute, but at this point it's just clearing some stuff, so I'll get a breather to talk more. You know, so how do you beat FEdelgard? Like, how do you beat her? Well, you know, much like dragons and Pokemon, I guess you could just use her. That's how I've been beating Edelgards. We're going to see, I believe, at least one fight here in a minute that we have to fight ourselves. And normally you have the advantage as the AI does some dumb stuff, and you do not want to player phase her, really. You don't, because it just doesn't work out well for you. And you can see I pushed hard. I'm at 175 here. I ended up really destroying my defense. My defense hasn't been that great this week, to say the least. Okay, we got a Bernie with it. All right, this is the first Sigurd, Sara trap. You know, this doesn't really quite work as well on light dark that it does on Astra Anima season. But oh man, this is just perfect. Like there's just nothing they can do here. I don't know if you see it immediately, but that first gravity panel on the right, it's beautiful. So I set up in a way that I can use air to clear that structure, and then Caden moves over, gets Def Res boosted, and then, like, it's perfect. Like, there's absolutely nothing that's stopping that. I didn't make a mistake here. I actually should have moved that dagger back one, because, who hits me? Who hits me? It's, somebody's got, like, wind sweep or something. If that wrist doesn't die, which at the end of the day, you know, she did. But if the wrist doesn't die, I have a chance to be hit by her in the back line. So I really should have moved dagger back, but again, this is a pretty strong wall here. I mean, I got to run the numbers, but I'm probably in the 70s, 80s in terms of defense. It's ridiculous. And then again, with percentage reduction and Caden buffs and Peony buffs and Milla buffs, I really do like Adel very much on light, because she needs, you know, as I mentioned previously, she has to have another dragon user, and Milla is a fantastic dragon for her. Not only does she buff her, she doesn't need to be near her. I mean, this is the highlight of Adel. You can just get really deep into the enemy territory, and, you know, passive support from both Peony and Milla is great. She's not threatened by Brams, as we've seen. She just one-shots them. Doesn't really matter. If you're running her default bonfire, which I have no reason not to. You know, some folks use Gale Force for her. I've seen some Gale Force strats. That's okay. I really think bonfire is her best setup, honestly, much like Hector. But I think she's actually even better than Hector. Again, I don't want to be too hyperbolic, because this is her bonus unit, right? I was very excited last year. I think it was last year, 2 years ago. How long has it been? When we had Fallen Ike, and Ike just destroyed everything. You know, so I will say she is a fantastic unit to plus 10 if you're on the fence. I'm considering it, man. I'm considering it. She likes all stats, even speed. Her speed is her dump stat. We got a pretty... All right, this is our first FEdelgard encounter. Let me just finish my thought. Yeah, she likes all stats. You know, she's got kind of crappy speed, and she is vulnerable to null follow-up. Null follow-up really hurts. However, I mean, the null follow-up's kind of moot, because again, most of the time you're going to get bonfired in the face. So I don't care about your null follow-up if you're going to die. You know, so the ways you can beat her are guard. You really have to make sure her original engagement doesn't get off. So ruse and guard, like if you do a ruse that grants guard, and with the null follow-up user, maybe null follow-up Micaiah. Null follow-up Micaiah is one of the best things you can do, at least from offense, but from a defensive standpoint, I don't know. I haven't really seen an answer. Again, I will defer to you guys in the comments. You know, give me your best shot against Edelgard. I'll be happy to mock battle it. Hell, maybe even feature it if it's interesting. But, you know, this is an interesting one. I like this. Yes, you're giving me a defense panel. Again, if you give me a defense panel on Edelgard, where you've lost. Like, you've lost. Unless you have some complicated lunge setup, which I have not encountered yet, you've lost. So, I sort of, let me talk about what's happening here. One of the things you got to be aware of when you use her on player phase is her bonfire. See, I'm highlighting this. You know, so I can't kill either one of these things, but I'm going to get a bonfire after the fact. So who do I want to die? In this case, I really want the Eliwood to go away. Once the Eliwood goes away, you know, it's over. And I can just get hit by this Camilla, and that's it. It's game over. So I'm going to do exactly what I did on Fight 1. Sit on this defense panel, run away, hide everybody else. And did I get... Yeah, I got Dagger to... I was going to say, I could have put it myself in the corner. But because the dancer's already, like... Did he have... Unless he had aerobatics, he could have danced the Camilla, but didn't. I was in no threat here. There's absolutely nothing they could do to stop me. So we're not going to actually fight Adel yet, because she didn't have Stride activated. So I believe I'm just going to break her. But I can't. So here you go. So here's the fatal on fatal action you guys were waiting for. But here's what I can do. I can buff her up and then get a long-range attack boost with Peony and just smack her on the nose. Now, if this didn't happen, it'd be a battle of attrition. I've got 8 turns, it's whatever. I have full confidence I can beat an Adel on a defense panel, even with that Camilla restoring or healing would have been no problem. But now I can just let her poke me. I can go after the Aether, and we can talk a little bit more about other things. But Guys, I'm gushing over Adel. Like, she's going to retire my Kayn. Like, I'm confident of that. She just brings so much more to the table than Kayn does. I feel bad. Pour one out for Kayn. All right, let's keep going. Rank 63, woohoo! So you can see, start of a new day. I'm at 110, and I'm just getting cocky now. I'm just 50 fighting everybody because I want to see if anybody can stop me. You know, I pretty much blasted everybody on my friends list, including some top tier players. There's just nothing that can be done right now, or there hasn't been any anti-Adel setups just quite yet. I haven't found one. Again, I will defer to you guys. I'm challenging you. Give me something that you can beat Adel on her bonus week. This is a layup. So this is going to be some just talking here. They've given me what's the #1 rule of AR defense, guys? Don't build walls. So I'm talking about, like, yeah, I could break that. But why? But why? There's no need. I'm going to blow up both the Alm and the Lysithea. And this is going to be our first engagement with a Claude. So, I mean, these units at their basis are fairly scary. And something like this may have scared me in the past, but not this time. I mean, Lysithea is going to hit me 12 damage, and she did 0 damage effectively. Like, Mystic Boost, in my opinion, is the best slot for her, much like Hector. But it's so amazing on her because it's almost impossible to crack her. Again, we're going to see some very high-level whale play in a moment. I do fight some +10 stuff with Sigurds and Fatal Smoke, and then that's pretty scary. But again, I'm prepping you for maybe disappointment. I don't know. I actually like the last 2 fights of the week here, or at least part 1. Again, I'm only halfway done, but I've just been fighting so many times. It's just been a lot of fun. Bam! It is so nice to be able to blow away Bram in one shot. I will say, and this is actually useful in some regards. Like, and they're not doing it here. Yeah, I'm done. I actually almost made a mistake. Like, oh, I got to get that Aether. But let me finish my thought. I was too fast. You need to have Hell. If you have Mystic Boost, Hell, you're fighting it. You can't. Edelgard can't kill her. That is something that is interesting. She's never going to be able to double. So you could just have them just play game, play patty cake for a little bit. I don't know if we have an example of that coming up, but just something to consider if you find yourself engaged with it, Hell. All right, so this, again, I mean, I don't know how many times I can show this. I tried to go through this as fast as possible. This is yet another plonk. And you guys, I don't know what it is. Why do you guys keep doing this? Like, even on a non-Edelgard week, does anybody have lunge here? Like, I don't understand why this setup is so popular. I really don't. It feels like everybody and their brother runs this thing, and I don't understand why, because I've never really had any trouble with it, and yeah, there's no follow-up, I think, but as I mentioned a couple fights ago, no follow-up's great. But if you die in one shot, it's useless. So in this case, I don't even have to back off. There's nothing scary here. There's no dancer. No dancers, no problems. No lunges, no problems. No jumping. I can't get over it going over 100 damage. I'm like, yeah, let's speed it up, guys. Right, we've seen this. I'm getting bored. You bore me. I mean, that was like a minute clear. That was a minute clear. Get out of here. Thanks, Mira. Sorry, Mira. Rank 98. Let's keep going. All right, so here we go. We're down to the last 2 fights of this series, and this is intense. This is a +7 La Rochelle, a +10 Alphonse, +10 Hell with Mystic Boost. Okay, so we're gonna fight here. Sigurd at +10, Triandra at +10, and it's gotta be last side. Hector at +10. So I mean, I don't know about you guys, but this is pretty high level play. La Rochelle is going to cause a flash on me, and combination flash and Fatal Smoke seems like a death knell to our girl, but you'd think so, but not. You know, in this case, I have to test that trap. Sigurd isn't going to get me. I'm not ready to go right now. I just need to get that available. I needed to test that, and I need to restore and then get in position. If you, here's the fatal flaw of this team. There's no restore trap. I can prep, and you'd think you'd have this wrapped up with all this firepower here, but again, you're giving me Caden. I don't know if I actually boost the Caden's HP or I do that. Okay, yeah, actually, I'm going to give some more boost to Adel. I don't know what's better here. Getting some more attack, but I'm not getting a couple bonuses on the Caden. You got to remember, the way Caden works is you need stats on him to help your ally. But, you know, getting the 3 with Peony is fine. So, here we go. I got 0 damage. I mean, 0 healing. But, again, it doesn't matter. Mystic Boost makes Razzle-Dazzle staffs useless. Do you see that? Like, that's why Mystic Boost is so awesome. Even though you've stopped me, yeah, you have all this attack, La Rochelle, but you're dead now. Because Mystic Boost stopped anything. And, right. So, bye-bye, Fatal Smoke. Fatal Smoke's gone. And I'm just going to lateral shift left. So, yeah, I actually shut down this Triandra so I can make this play. If I didn't, you know, maybe that Sigurd could escape, but it's moot because Milla time. God, Milla's so great. Milla, Peony, and Edelgard. Like this core 4, this Caden, Milla, Edelgard, and Peony, man. Like. That's a tough nut to crack. And now that I know I have this hell here with Mystic Boost, I don't have to move. It does make a mistake a little bit because this hell chases this Peony. I really didn't want that to happen. I'm sort of talking in the future. And air's not stopped on that left side from Tactics Room just quite yet. So I can get that. And again, it's turn 4. Like... Yeah, hello, Hector. Because Hector doesn't die, hell goes down, and yeah, I gotta waste a little bit of time here. Put my thinking cap on. Well, there's not much thinking there. just go after it. I don't have armored strides, so I gotta do that. But there's no gale force on this hell. I was hoping maybe I can get up there with Caden. I suppose I could step on the trap with Milla and move, but I don't want to do that. Why would I do that? I could have. But why would I put my girl in danger? I mean, why wouldn't I, though? Like, I mean, she just did 0 damage. I'm going to step on this trap since I know it's the trap, put her at 1, and then just finish the job. I mean, she does have trouble beating a hell. So you're going to have somebody to mop that up if you have to deal with a Mystic Boost hell. Alright, guys, we made it to the final fight. And these are people I rematched. These are whales or dolphins or, I don't know, this might not be a whale or a dolphin, but that last one was certainly something. This is the best map I've seen all week, and this was a toughie. I was really scratching my head and, you know, a little nervous on what we were going to do here, but I'm just going to go right into it. This is very similar to my map. I don't know, did I make it? Did I make a meme? Like, I don't know, do I get to have credit for this? This is exactly what I run. At least in the configuration. I run a double Sigurd here, but so I'm very intimately aware of how to deal with this. I have to have one unit who can take a hit in the back line. I got a panic on that Milla, so this makes me nervous. There's a lot of rallies going on. I barely survive. So this is the first time anybody had really got to the back line. I mean, obstruct made up. Maybe you just put obstruct on her. Is that good enough? So now that happened, I'm ready to go. I got Fatal Smoked, but he did no damage, and now I'm ready to rock and roll, guys. I think I want to start with Sigurd. Yeah, we're going to blow him away. And I have to get rid of the La Rochelle. Now, I probably should have spent more time thinking this out. I actually have to think about what to do next for a long time. You know, I'm cutting this to where it doesn't make much drama anymore, you know, for my dailies where I just sit here for 30 minutes and talk to myself. I don't know, you guys missed that? I just figured, yep, I can just do the exact same thing I just did. Have Triandra go after Milla. If she could take that first hit, she can definitely take this hit with the panic manner being gone, full Caden buffs. Oh yeah, there you go. Beautiful. And then let's let Edelgard wrap everything else up. Why not? And then let's play Ring Around the Rosie. Let's play Ring Around the Rosie real quick here with our fairy friend. Okay. So let's get rid of that duo unit. We don't like them. And just, she's enraptured by all her friends, and we have, I don't know, how many turns do we have? I'm going to go over across the water, because that's fun. 5 turns to get to Aether. So, kind of some disrespect here, because, like, you got to have some disrespect, man. You gotta have fun with it. This is a rematch again. My defense, on the other hand, has been absolute garbage. So, a little salty in that. Every fight I've had has just been disaster. So, yeah, I'm just going to end turn. I'm going to test these traps. Wait, guess the trap.
Yes.
No.
Sure thing.
Yes.
What?
Yes. There you go, guys. That'll do it for me. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more Fire Emblem Heroes, please subscribe. Please comment. Please like. Join my Discord. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.